Mobile phones used to be really exciting. It felt like with every new release, it redefined what was possible, with the iPhone 4 pushing the boundaries of display and build quality, and the Samsung Edge literally edging over the boundaries of displays. Nowadays, all we get is an extra button, AI, 10% more pixels. Well, you have to pay up a pretty penny for $2,000. I don't know about you, but I think it's getting a bit ridiculous.
We've been using the Nothing 2A for the past 5 months now, and let me tell you, it's quite an experience. I mean, it's really unique looking, provides you with everything you could possibly need, and is really easy to use. Well, I guess I'm not using that anymore. Luckily, they're so cheap, I got another one. Nothing's design language has always piqued our interest with their bold design and flashy lights. And with them entering the mid-range market this year, the 2A has had very high expectations from us. As a design-first company, we anticipated a strong focus on user experience and visual appeal, and that's exactly what we got. Of course, the physical design brings the trademark glyph interface, symmetrical bezels, and a premium look compared to other phones in the market. But most importantly, it offers a clean software experience, generally bloat-free with the exception of Google Apps, and even the option of a slick monochrome setup as opposed to your usual overstimulating home screens. And what's more, the UI animations are really impressive too, smooth, and even more responsive than some flagships. Wait, flagships?
Flagship phones aren't traditionally what you would compare to the budget or even mid-range market, and it's evidently quite evident as our viewers of our channel weren't actually really happy with us reviewing the 2A and comparing it to the S24 Ultra. But we believe this mentality has skewed people to believe what is actually needed in a smartphone. In the tech space, it's all about hyping up the specs, whereas for the general consumers, it's about slowly becoming a part of our social status. In a world where our phones are always visible, they become symbols of our identity. And yes, I know you Americans, if you ever get caught with green bubbles, it can be pretty rough. But outside the iPhone space, it feels a little bit of an arms race of what you can cram in a phone. You don't need 100 times zoom, fancy AI processing, but unfortunately it's hard to resist the allure of having the best as your FOMO starts creeping in as you watch more tech videos. And as that desire increases, you suddenly want to pony up the cash for the latest Ultra device, until you see the price. Remember OnePlus? The whole idea of OnePlus with their Nord lineup was to be a flagship killer, or whatever you would call it. But it's kind of sad to see the whole transition from flagship killer to literally mid-ranges is a bit hysterical. Yes, they do still make cheaper flagships, but with their recent pricing, odd emissions, and poor quality control, it's far from a flagship killer and more of a literal cheap flagship. The flagship status has been greatly skewed for just numbers on tech media.
Every smartphone out there within this price bracket looks the same, feels the same, cheap materials, uneven bezels, and even questionable design. But this is where nothing shines. First, you've got symmetrical bezels and the whole transparent design. Second, the glyph interface, which may just seem like a bunch of lights on the back of your phone, yes, and I can see how normal people may not see the appeal in this, but if you're someone who likes to express themselves or just appreciates cool looking things, the glyph interface offers such a possibility for these types of people. Tech addicts and productives may like the features it provides, like the glyph timer. It only activates when you place your phone down, encouraging you to focus on other tasks while the timer is lit up. Picking the phone up once it rings even feels like a satisfying sense of accomplishment. This bar over here is the essential glyph. You can set up any particular notifications as one you want to keep track of. It lights up when you get an update. Essential glyphs ease the anxiety of missing a text from a friend, helping you avoid ghosting them accidentally. And it doesn't stop there. The camera has a timer, you can start a disco party, activate drip mode, or even make your own beats. And for those seeking some fun, the phone has that charm. Yes, it's a gimmick, but that's why it's memorable.
The 2A brings back that premium feeling while giving a sense of character. And the 2A does this at the fraction of the cost of a flagship. Unfortunately though, the cameras are to the fraction of the quality. The main wide angle generally shoots pretty okay photos, at least in isolation. The moment we compare this to a flagship, in this case the S24 Ultra, well, it's a little bit overexposed and washed out. Generally though, the photos aren't bad. Portraits come out okay, including selfies. However, they can be a bit soft, especially in motion. Video is not that great, but still, remember the price tag, $349. And obviously the comparison between the Ultra and 2A is most definitely unfair. You can almost buy 5 of these for the price of a single S24 Ultra with 1TB of storage. And no, it won't have the anti-reflective glass and bright screen to pair with. But generally, consumers put screen protectors, which completely nullifies the effectiveness of the anti-reflective glass anyway. But enough of the Ultra comparison. If we do compare this phone to other devices within its price bracket, these other devices don't have punchy displays, even bezels, and generally just poor build quality. This combined with its stereo speakers makes the 2A's media consumption experience punch well above its weight class.
Look, most, if not all phones within the mid-range market come with a much lower end chipset, terrible speakers, and well, of course, no attention to detail. While the Nothing 2A dares to be different, it challenges the status quo of offering a compelling combination of style, performance, and value. It's a reminder that we have a choice, that we don't need to blindly follow the consumeristic hype train. We can choose a phone that reflects our individuality and delivers a truly satisfying experience without the flagship price tag.